I'm an ER nurse. I had an old lady come in by an ambulance, near death. She was DNR, so we weren't going to do much for her. She didn't have any family that we could find. The hospital was so full, so we had to keep her in the ER for the night. Again, she was near death. When you've seen enough people die, there's no mistaking it, and she was almost there. Barely responsive, pale, cool, breasts were really irregular, heart rate was up and down too. We just turned the lights down and kept an eye on her monitor, basically waiting for her to die. About an hour later, she's standing at the door of her room. She'd gotten up and put on all her clothes. We were all like, what the fuck? One of the nurses went to check on her, and she said she was hungry. Not knowing really what to make of things, we got her a chair, a bedside table, and went to the cafeteria and got her a tray of food. The lady sat there, ate all her food, talked with the staff for a little bit, and about an hour later, she told the nurse that she was tired and wanted to lie back down. We helped her back into bed, and within 30 minutes, she was dead. Not exactly paranormal, but in 22 years in the busy-ass inner-city ERs, it's the weirdest thing I've seen. I worked at a hospital doing transport for a couple of years. The transport home base was in the basement of the hospital, where all the laundry is done and supplies are also sorted there. I hated working late nights after this incident. On this particular night, I was the only one in the basement when I heard whistling at the end of the hallway by the elevator. I poked my head around the corner expecting to see my one and only coworker on duty that night, but there was absolutely no one there. I shrugged it off. I'm not easily spooked. Nights are slow, so I ate some snacks and hung out in the break room for a bit. Next thing I know, I hear a loud bang. I walked into the hallway and a bed is rolling down the hall, bumping into the sides. At this point, I think that my coworker is bullshitting me. I radio him, and he says he's upstairs in the cafeteria. I still don't believe him, and I think I'll catch him in the act. I walk past the laundry room and the machines start. I pop my head in there expecting to find him, but it's completely empty. Okay, I start to get a little nervous. I walk into the laundry room and the machines completely stop. I freeze and then ran out and headed towards the elevator when I heard whistling again. At this point, I know I'm the only worker in the basement. As I'm standing there waiting for the elevator, things start falling off the shelves down the hall. Boxes of gloves, tissues, packages of tubes. I'm literally standing there watching them fall off one by one at the opposite end of the hallway. I shit you not, my entire body broke out into goosebumps. My hair stood on end and I had this strong gut feeling that I was being watched. I was not alone. As I'm getting into the elevator, I feel like what feels like someone brushing my arm. Went upstairs and found my coworker in the cafeteria. Freaked out to him. I got the fuck out of there and transferred soon after that. The creepy thing to add to it is that I usually whistle mindlessly to myself at work. It was almost as if the spirit was mimicking me. Creepiest feeling ever. Edit. Transferred to the operating room soon after that. I was part of an emergency C-section where a baby was lost. My coworkers and I occasionally hear a baby's cries in the hallways at night. The security workers have also witnessed crazy things, but my post is getting long now. I'm not a medical professional, but my ex-wife's mom was a nurse in a small-town hospital. Not long before this event took place, they received or got an upgrade to the security cameras by the ambulance dock. One night, slow as small-town weeknights were, they saw a guy walking up towards the hospital with his hands held up in the air beside his shoulders. The other nurse went to check it out and shortly afterwards came back through in a big hustle, suggesting they get a gurney ready. Turns out, this dude had been drinking and barbecuing in the backyard with his wife. He made some comment in which the wife took offense, so she stabbed him through the neck sideways with a grill fork, told him to fuck off, and shut herself inside the house. He couldn't get inside to call anyone and his wife wouldn't do it for him, so he decided to stumble himself on down to the ER, holding the ends of the fork to keep it from jostling too much. It is definitely one of the weirdest and strangest hospital stories I've ever heard.